Hello, here we are for a Q&A session with the Forest Living Camp and Tribe. So I want to ask you a few, I will ask you a few questions to share about your camp. To begin with, a few introduction words about the Gathering of Tribes. The Gathering of Tribes is a biannual event bringing together systems change makers from across movements. At the core, our DNA is co-creation. So we invite everybody into co-creating the event, all the participants, all of the partners and organizations coming together. Gathering of Tribes is in nature because we invite nature as a co-host and a space holder, but also because we recognize the beauty and open flexibility that being in nature provides. It's the ultimate open space. Celebration is at the core of the gathering. We celebrate all the amazing things that are happening, all of our learnings, all of our relationships, all of the hope and the dreams that are coming together to make these movements. At the same time, the gathering invites us into a culture of connect for action. So the yin and the yang of celebrating on the one side and thinking of how do we come together to do bigger and better things. Ecosystem weaving, we're really trying to connect people across different systems change movements. There's so many different beautiful movements from circular economy, regenerative agriculture, regenerative village building, as well as older movements that talking about reinventing the money system, reinventing schooling, and so on and so forth. It really feels like anywhere in our world that you look, there is a movement reinventing and rethinking how to do that better in a more holistic, human, ecological way for the 21st century. And then there is nurturing tribes. The goal of the gathering is to really strengthen the partners and the organizations which are coming together to co-create the gathering, which is why I'm very excited that Forest Living has found the energy to join us today, to join us this year, to create a camp, to focalize the Spanish ecosystem coming together for the Gathering of Tribes. And I really hope that the gathering will be a transformative event for you guys and give you energy to become bigger and stronger over the coming year and years than you would have been if you hadn't come. So, yeah, maybe you can introduce yourself in a few words, say where you are physically this year, and what is the journey that terminated in you created Forest Living? And maybe I'll start with Ruben.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Hello. My name is Ruben, and at the moment I live in North Spain, in very close to the Basque Country. And for a few years, I've been living in the north of Europe, learning about eco village and permaculture design, and visit a lot of projects that gave me a lot of inspiration. Once I moved back to Spain, I met Jesus and slowly joined his project idea about funding a association that happened this year and creating forest living. Yeah.
Beautiful. And you, Yezu?
Yeah, I'm currently now in Badajoz. I'm actual nomad monitoring agricultural lands with European grants, actually, that is opposite to regenerative agriculture, but helps to me and the project. So now is in Badajoz by moving all the rural area around Spain basically depending the company sent us different places very fast. But the project, my tiny house is based in Alicante North. Val de Laguar is the village next to, very near of the sea. Yeah. Yeah, 20 years doing, I studied forestry engineer, but I fall in permaculture directly, and 20 years trying to do projects with permaculture and trade painting, different networking, and also ecosystem restoration, biobuilding, different projects in mainly east of Spain. Until the last stage was Permacultura Laguar Center. We did some CDP, PDC, different courses. The activity was mainly that, volunteering. But always the mission was local impact and never right. It was difficult. So to create team and find finance and different, also the property and different cause. So digital nomads came as volunteer, inspired me with the regenerative hub. Like is the forest living model. And in pandemic, I start to research. I found a ideal land for that we bought. Looking for on internet, I found Rebuild, where I met to all the projects, Victor, all this movement inspired me, like the new school of regeneration, and motivate me a lot to come now to the gathering, also the last gathering of tribe. For this is like new life for this movement of permaculture. This is our old school background, permaculture.
Beautiful. So you've been doing this for 20 years.
I met the permaculture 20 years ago and trying, yeah.
Amazing.
In Instituto de Permacultura Monsan, the same one of Mauricio study.
Mauricio from Fractal Camp.
Yeah, he's the first. Yeah,
I've been trying to build villages for 10 years, and it feels like forever. But 20 years is so much longer. You're a veteran.
Different practice. Not only building village. Yes.
If I understand correctly, then forest living is, you imagine it as a bioregional hub. Why does forest living exist?
Exist for this process that we were trying to make a local impact, and we didn't reach to that proposal. So we redesigned the strategy. Yeah, exist for local impact. And this process brings us to this model. Yeah, this is the right answer, or can you ask again?
So maybe you can say a bit more. What is the model? I'm not sure if I fully understood it.
Yeah, I didn't explain actually. So we proposing one accelerator of regenerative system. We find the same problem in our projects in the actual degenerative system, that is the central governance, central finance, and central ownership. This is the three mainly problems that we find in the system. It was the same problem that I found in all the experience in the projects, actually. So for this, we proposing this model of regenerative hub, decentralized ownership, finance, and local impact.
It sounds like it's a finance. It sounds like it's a big project. So, but that's amazing. I mean, we definitely need big dreams and big projects in this ecosystem. So, how does building a camp at the gathering fit into your strategy? What needs are you bringing to the gathering?
Okay, connect for action. This is also that we're proposing. We're proposing a common boot camp. We're saying from camp to boot camp that can continues going after the gathering. to join. This is the three pillars problem, the things that I have behind, and solutions. So the mainly solution that we're proposing for the gathering of strength is the talent pool. Join to the talent to have to propose a modular product, a modular program for organizations that will happen in the very regional hubs. The very regional hubs actually are already land-based projects that are happening from long time ago and put on value, I would say, the resources that we have, and use the new tool, the new school of regeneration like Closer and TDF are offering, like regenerative, the decentralized infrastructure, and yeah, the platform that you designing for
Beau-
using the same infrastructure for different hubs for the local impact.
Beautiful. Ruben, do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I think the Forest Living project, it's designed for organizations, and groups, and companies that want to have holistic impact, local, personal, organizational, and planetary impact to go beyond sustainability and reach regeneration of the different systems. It is also for individuals who want to learn, and those that are entrepreneurs, startups that want to move towards regeneration and having a positive local impact.
Amazing. And let's talk a little bit about your camp. Who would you like to join your camp at the Gathering of Tribes?
Yeah, we are welcoming anyone that likes the idea. Also organizations and yeah, members of different organizations. We're open not only to the Spanish community but to everyone. And yeah, I don't know if you want to add anything else, Jesus.
Doesn't matter if you have the ticket for our camp or no. If you are in the gathering, you are welcome. We want to offer open design space for catch this talent and mapping the resource that we have. We are proposing to make value or to put in value and link, like the principle of the gathering is connect all the things that we have, all the resource that we have, and to join. We're proposing to join all the resource and talent, focusing first in one hub, accelerate the impact, and then after move the model to another hub, another land-based project. So if now the value is dispersed and isolate all around the world, but concentrate in one point and then accelerate the local impact, the local network, and then move to another one with the same finance model of TDF and general, like the timeshare for everything, from the land-based project to the local infrastructure that actually in rural area are abandoned infrastructure. So the only way to make value of that, to put on value of that, will be the how do you say, la red de valor, value network.
Yeah.
Mm. So, what kinds of activities do you envision for your camp members or for the all the other participants of the gathering? Have you thought about what kind of activities, what's the program will be to make happen all those things you talked about?
Yeah, definitely. We'll have 24 hours running open space, open design space. And in order to map those resources and talents while co-creating this tool and platform that we mentioned. It doesn't mean that we're gonna be all the time there. We also would like to visit other camps and participate, networking, and so on. But we'll have a whiteboard over and in our camp in intent, and people can come by and write details and give suggestions. At the same time, we're offering social permaculture workshops and in the mornings. And for that, we will also offer this combined with the nourishing
I don't
breakfast.
think I've heard, I certainly don't know what it is. Can you say a bit more? What is social permaculture?
It's permaculture was born with focus on agriculture and land-based projects, but we also um, have this part of permaculture where we focus on social connections instead of focusing on the relationship between plants and animals, but on relationship between humans. How can we nourish those relationships? How can we take care of them? That's related to one of the ethics of permaculture. So there will be different tools for facilitation and yeah, related to design, design your own project, design your day life, design any small projects that you can do with having in mind this social permaculture. And we will also offer breakfast, nourishing breakfast, combined with this workshop.
Yes,
Nice.
we include with the ticket nourishing breakfast with macrobiotic. and Ruben is expert in macrobiotic.
Ah,
Not
amazing.
macrobiotic, but it's
Micro,
micro.
micro, micro,
It's
microbiotica, nutribiotica,
fermentation.
fermentation. So the
Fermentation.
yeah.
Amazing. Wow. Super exciting. Can't wait to see you guys. It's a month and a half, very close. Uh, yeah, anything, maybe, Yezu, you were at the last gathering of tribes. Can you remember anything there that surprised you?
Freedom,
Freedom.
horizontality. Yeah, like yeah. Mm.
Nice, beautiful. Uh, Wonderful. Okay. Really look forward to social permaculture and to everything that you're bringing to the gathering. Uh, Last closing thoughts, Ruben?
Yeah, we have one type of ticket. It's 150 euros for anyone that want to participate and co-create in this camp. And yeah, we're really looking forward to connect with people, have fun, enjoy, and yeah, looking
Wonderful.
forward very much to this gathering of
And
tribes. It will
and you,
be my
Yezu?
first time.
Yeah, wonderful. And you, Yezu, closing thoughts?
Yeah, I would like to clarify that we want to offer a common space for mapping and design the regenerative ecosystem that already we have. So if it's not, we opening our camp for that because I don't know if really will be a one space, but we insist in this very important to just see in one good board open door. So I don't know if we need to write a proposal for the organization, but this is the our proposal.
Wonderful. Let's think through. Let's find and design the space for that. I'm also very interested in making some kind of spaces like that, walls where people can continuously write. For me, the mapping that I want to do, that I need for the gathering and for me personally, is a mapping of the movement because
Mhm.
there's so many different movements, circular economy, sustainability, ESGs. There's so many different beautiful movements. So I would like to map that. But mapping the projects, mapping the people that are there, and then thinking of connections is a really wonderful thing. Great. Okay.
What is
Well,
this A-N-G? A-I-N-G? How do you say? I-G.
SDG, the Sustainability Development Goals,
Ah, vale, vale, vale.
the UN goals. There's a whole movement around it,
Yeah.
right? And governments have
Sorry.
adopted it. I walked into the local municipality here and they had the little blocks of the SDGs. So, that with any of these things, there's always limitations and problems, but it's still a powerful movement of people looking at systems change. And this is for me the long-term goal, and what I'm really interested in with the gathering is how to interweave these different conversations,
Mm-hmm.
connect this to the circular economy, connect it to the regenerative agriculture, connect it to permaculture, because I don't think any of the movements has all of the answers, but it's starting to feel more and more like all of the answers are out there. We just need to figure out how to interweave these different conversations, find a shared language, but also create a space where there is more shared projects.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
And also, Victor, I would like to open the Miro board for start mapping the ones that the participants are the camps in a Miro board. You remember
Yeah, great. I mean, I think for that, as with other things, it would be great if you can lead that initiative. We can have a conversation and I can support that. But in terms of coming up the structure and energizing, and I think this is worth recording. In general, we see ourselves as the organization as being a multiplier and a multiplier of invitations. So if you want to invite, it's a kind of a game, right? We're inviting people, the activities to come play a particular exercise. We're happy to send this invitation through all of the channels and all of this, but you need to draft the invitation and put it out there, or it's
Sure,
put out the initial version so we have something to multiply.
sure, great.
Right. This is because there's many different initiatives and we can't drive all of them, and that's not the goal. We can take this invitation. We have a regular newsletter. We have a newsletter to the camp builders, newsletter to the participants, and so on and so forth. And we're happy to add the invitation from you and other camps to these different activities, but the invitation needs to come from you.
Mm-hmm.
Does it make sense?
Perfect. I was
Great.
supposing that was like that. Anyway,
All
cool.
right. Cool.
Thank
Thank you.
you.